So I just got hands-on with all of Rolex's watches for 2025, so let me take you through them. First up, we have a whole load of new Oyster Perpetuals. This is mainly colors, but there is one new case design and one new clasp. So we've got these very muted colors. We've got what Rolex are calling muted lavender, warm sandy beige, and fresh pistachio green. There are a couple of rumors around the Oyster Perpetuals that Rolex was going to discontinue the 41mm case size. Technically they have, but actually they discontinued it to launch an updated version of the 41mm case. It's a more refined case shape and the clasp is slightly slimmer. All of this is to deliver better proportions for the case, clasp and bracelet. We've got 3 new dial changes and they are just dial changes. So we've got the GMT Master II, we've got a Daytona and a new dial for the Sky Dweller. The GMT Master II has this stunning stone dial which is a metamorphic rock comprising of tiger's eye, red jasper and hematite. These naturally occurring golden, brown, reddish lines that appear in this rock really go nicely with the tones of the bezel and of course the tones from the rose gold. The third dial update is with the Sky Dweller. I think this might have been the first time I've actually put on a solid gold Sky Dweller. This is a very punchy green dial on the solid yellow gold Sky Dweller. Now a couple of other updates. We have an update to the 1908 Rolex's very conservative, very formal, very traditional dress watch range. So this has a yellow gold case with a white dial, but we now have a new bracelet, which is a 7-piece bracelet. And as you can imagine, this beautifully hugs your wrist. And this was one of the watches that actually took me by surprise. It's obviously a very conservative, very formal watch, but this looks amazing on the wrist. As lots of people have been talking about, this is the 70th anniversary for the GMT Master range. And Rolex has celebrated this by launching a new version of the Sprite with the green and black bezel. This is an 18-karat white gold case and bracelet with a green dial, but there's something special about the green dial because this is actually made of exactly the same material as the bezel, zirconium ceramic. This is done to ensure that the green tones of both the bezel and the dial perfectly match, and that's, I guess, the easiest way to do it. Same material. Now before we go on to the big launch of this year, the Land Dweller, if you like this video, then do please hit that subscribe button down there because it means that when I launch new videos, you don't miss out on them. Now let's talk about the Land Dweller. This is Rolex's biggest launch of this year and arguably the biggest launch of Watches of Wonders 2025. This launch from Rolex is kind of 2 launches in one. We've got a new watch line, the Land Dweller, but we also have a brand new movement, and this watch has been in the making for the past 7 years, which, given the fact that there were leaks of this just before Watches of Wonders, is really quite impressive that we're able to keep this a secret for all of that time. So this new line, the Land Dweller, it finishes off the trilogy of the Sky Dweller, the Sea Dweller, and then the Land Dweller, and it sits within the Datejust Day-Date kind of line of watches, sitting in between the Datejust and the Day-Date itself. The case and bracelet of the new Land Dweller are obviously inspired by the Oyster Quartz case and bracelet, with it being a truly integrated bracelet design, and with the bracelet being inspired by the Jubilee. This is a flat link Jubilee bracelet. I'm so happy to see that the hidden clasp is returning. That's beautiful. The 6 and 9 numerals on the dial are inspired by old Explorer numerals, and we have 3 case materials. We've got a stainless steel case and bracelet with a white gold bezel. We've then got the rose gold, the Ever Rose from Rolex, and then we also have platinum with this stunning blue dial that is only available with the platinum version. So the other big launch with this watch is the caliber that's inside this. This is a caliber 7135. It's got 16 patents pending on it, and 7 of those are in the escapement itself, and this has a brand new escapement. The escapement itself is made of mainly silicon components to the point where it's pretty much unaffected by magnets. So this is significantly more anti-magnetic than the Milgauss ever was. So beyond the new escapement and the fact that it uses so many silicon parts that it's pretty much anti-magnetic, there's another thing about this movement, that it beats at 5 Hertz. That means it beats at 36,000 vibrations per hour versus the typical 4 Hertz, which beats at 28,800 vibrations per hour. The fact that movement beats faster means that the escapement is more stable, therefore it's less impacted by shock, and so it's going to be more accurate when you're doing your day-to-day task or doing sports. The downside to a fast moving movement is the fact that it uses more energy over the same time period. However, because the escapement is so efficient with energy, Rolex has been able to still get 65 hours of power reserve despite the fact the increase in speed. So guys, they are all the new watches from Rolex for 2025. I want to know your thoughts in the comments down below, but I also want to know which watches you want me to do a full-length video on, spend a bit more time with which watch. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you like to style this video, then hit the subscribe button and that little bell icon to get notifications when I drop a new video. If you want to check out watch straps and watch accessories, jump over to barkandjack.com and check out what we have over there. And finally, if you're on Instagram, give me a follow at barkandjack. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.